So, the Marlins follow up a sweep of the Nationals by coming out, playing a red hot team, and they look like themselves. They really do. And you know what? It pains me to say this. It pains me to say this. It really does. But if I was anybody related to Sandy Alcantara, if I was Sandy Alcantara myself, if I was Sandy's agent, his mother, his father, whatever the case may be, I'd give him a call and I'd tell him, demand a trade before the start of next season. Because you know something? What we saw tonight is just so disrespectful. Just pure disrespectful to Sandy Alcantara. This team is taking Sandy and giving him a bunch of bitch slaps left and right. They're kicking him while he's already down, and they're spitting on him. This team is disrespectful to the one guy who has poured his heart, soul, and energy into this franchise. Like, it's just so disrespectful, and I'm angry for Sandy on behalf of Sandy Alcantara, because today what I really feel like doing is I feel like kicking McCullough out. I feel like driving to Miami right now. I feel like intruding the Lone Depot Park clubhouse. I feel like duct taping Clayton McCullough to a wooden chair in his office and locking him in there. And I feel like just causing an absolute crazy episode, a mayhem, a tirade in that clubhouse. And you know what? Those guys can kick my ass physically, and I honestly would not care. I would gladly take an ass whooping to go into that clubhouse right now and cause a storm, a tsunami, a hurricane. Because this team needs a kick in the ass. This team needs a kick in the ass. What's up, everybody? Justin Perez for the Sunshine Sports Podcast, back with you again for another meaningless, redundant, and agonizing Marlins nightly recap. I did not want to get on camera and do this today. I don't know what it is, but I've kind of not had the energy to sit here and do these recaps. I've actually forced myself to do so. I think the biggest reason is because this team is just sucking the life out of me on a daily basis, on a daily occurrence. This team is basically digging their hands into my chest and slowly pulling out my heart, and I'm getting tired of it. And pretty soon, they're actually going to pull out my heart. They're going to take it out of the chest cavity, and they're going to show it to me before it turns all black and ugly, before I pass out and fall and die on the carpet. You want to know why? This team makes me feel dead. This team makes me feel dead, man. Like, I don't mean to be very graphic with that description, and I apologize for those who are the faint of heart, but I had to say that because a lot of the times when I can't say what I want to say, that just bubbles inside of me and it becomes a mess. So I had to get that off my chest. So for those of you who are, I guess for lack of a better term, sensitive to those descriptions, I apologize. But this team makes me feel like a zombie, lifeless, dead, without a pulse, because all they do is frustrate me. They frustrate me. They make me want to rip my hair out. And the sad part is that I can't do anything about it. The only thing I could do is sit in front of this damn camera in this bedroom, hundreds of miles away, and spew to everyone, to all of you that are taking the time to sit and watch this. I can't do it anymore, man. I mean, I know, like, you gotta accept what the situation is, and believe me, I have, but it's still frustrating to turn on a game, you know, when I could be doing something else with my life. I could be doing so much, something better with my time. I really could be. I could be watching some dope anime. I could be spending time with my younger brother. And instead, I'm deciding to devote 3 hours of my night, 3 hours of my daily life to this team that clearly is not giving me, or giving really anyone, a return on the investment that is being made by everyone that cares so deeply about this franchise. And they're also not giving anything in return to the man that really matters, the man that had another tremendous start on the mound, the man that has seen his career get wasted because of garbage-ass rosters. Sandy Alcantara is wasting his career being in Miami. And it sucks for me to say that. It pains for me to say what I'm saying. But it's a fact. There really is not much to talk about the game today, which is why I haven't even discussed the overall game. You want the Cliff Notes version? I'm going to give it to you. The Marlins went 2 for 18 with runners in scoring position tonight. And they lost by 2 runs. They had 18 at-bats with runners in scoring position and managed to only get a measly total, a whopping total of 2 hits. Dos. That's it. That's it. You guys can't do anything else? You're Major League Baseball players. You're getting paid money by a professional sports organization in one of the 4 major sports leagues in North America. Which is a nice fancy way to say you're getting paid a handsome sum of money, a really handsome total, money that I wish I could make. Shit. Man, if I made the amount of money that these guys did, I'd be in a way better position right now. You know? I probably wouldn't have been able to pay off my college loans. Hopefully God is with me for that. I could have moved out of this. Because believe me, I want to move away out of this. My God, I wish I made the money that these guys did. Holy shit. Just thinking about it, man. Wow, what a fantasy. These guys just really don't care. I don't get the feeling that they care anymore. I don't know, like it's hard for me to say that, but I get the feeling that these guys are just going through the motions and they don't care. And I also feel like this coaching staff doesn't care. Clay McCullough, you know, the one thing that I was annoyed by today, the one thing that made me blow a gasket, literally, thought my head was going to explode into pieces. I probably would have been dead by now because my head would have exploded It would have been a really nasty episode, believe me. I was close to it. My face was as red as a cherry lollipop. I was mad. I was steaming. You want to know why? Because Clay McCullough decided to resort to the most amazing decision in human history. Of course, I say that sarcastically because this dude decides to put the worst baseball player of all time to pinch hit for Joe Mack in the 8th inning. And of course, if you haven't figured it out already, I'm talking about Leo Jimenez. This dude sucks. And he's not the only reason why we lost the game today, and I'd be hard pressed to say that he is the biggest reason. But let's get down to it, man. In the one at bat that this guy had, he gave you the full range of moments, emotions. For a brief moment, he makes you feel good. He actually proves you wrong, only to come back and disappointingly prove you right again. Leo Jimenez gets a base hit in the 8th inning. He almost screws it up by deciding to go to second base on a ball that, again, wasn't hit very far. He's very lucky that he got on the bag just in time as he slid to second base. Very, very lucky. Very fortunate. A gift from the man himself. The man upstairs. Jesus Christ. Literally. A gift from Jesus Christ was given to Leo Jimenez when he somehow, someway made it to second base safely, preventing himself from looking like a fool in front of the entire city of Miami once again. He looks like a hero once again, only to snatch that from himself. He gets in his own way, man. He gets in his own way. Leo Jimenez is at third base after getting lucky and reaching to second base just on time before getting tagged out. Horrible base running decision, but again gets lucky. And he's on third base, and I believe it was Otto Lopez. Somebody who hit the ball directly back to the pitcher's mound. And this dude decides to run home. He decides to run home. Like, Leo, excuse my language, Leo, but do you know what the fuck you're doing? Do you honestly know what you're doing? Dude, I'm getting frustrated right now to the point where, I'm actually on the verge of shedding a tear. I'm honestly that frustrated that I'm literally on the verge of shedding a tear on camera. I feel like I'm losing my mind right now watching him play. I'll tell you this, though. Peter Bendix is so set on this guy. He continues to double down, keeping this inept reclamation project on the roster. He's so set keeping this guy on the roster that, you know what, Peter Bendix, you're going to get yourself fired, man. I'm not saying this year, that's not the case, but if you keep going down this rabbit hole, you're going to cost yourself a great job that a lot of people would really like to have, including myself. And I feel like I'd be way better in the front office because I'd actually use my head and I'd actually go with my gut. And I'd actually listen to people. I wouldn't pretend that I'm on a an island that belongs all to myself, where I don't have to listen to anybody and I make the rules and I make the decisions. Peter Bendix, your time is coming, man. I'm telling you right now, your time is coming. I'm just telling you right now, if you decide to stick with this guy, your ass is gonna get fired. Eventually, your ass will get fired. I'm just letting you know right now. But I could go on and on about Leo Jimenez, and believe me, I will. I might even make a video about him just ranting about how horrible he is as a baseball player. And literally trying to, I'll see if I could find some. I'll see what I could do. I'll see if I could do that video, because I would love to expose this guy to the world, because there's a lot of people who don't watch us, obviously, because we're the Marlins, and there's a lot of people who make fun of guys like Jazz Chisholm, who deserves a lot of criticism for his head being in the clouds and for him being the idiot that he is. But you know what? For as slow and as dumb as Jazz Chisholm can be at times, Leo Jimenez might actually beat him out for that. It's just that people don't know about him because A, he doesn't play for a big market franchise, and B, he's not a big name player that pretends to be somebody that he's not. Because Jazz Chisholm is very cringy. He's a very cringy human being. He really is. I'm sorry, Jazz, but you're weird as hell, dude. But Leo Jimenez might be the dumbest baseball player in the major leagues today, and without a shadow of a doubt, he is the worst baseball player that I've ever seen in my life. I just had to get that out of my system because he's horrendous, and he showed that today. But you know something? You want to know what else is worse than Jimenez being who he is? Having the bases loaded 2 times and not coming away with more than 1 run. It happened in the 2nd inning, and I think it happened again in the 5th. I could be wrong. You have the dude. You have the bases loaded. You have the bases loaded twice, and you can't score more than 1 run? Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? I'm not even yelling anymore. How is that possible? How? How is that possible? How? Tell me. How do you load the bases twice in 1 game and only come away with one measly run? One. This team is not a playoff team, man. And it bothers me so much because Sandy's out there doing everything he's doing to try to win, and we're not even doing anything. We're not. Like, I'm not one to glaze one player. I'm not one of these dudes who is a part of a player's fan club, because at the end of the day, this is a team game, a team sport, and in order to win games, you need to play well as a team. But you know what? I'm not just going to sit and be quiet when I realize that somebody who is worth so much to this organization, I'm not just going to sit and pretend like he's not getting wasted because of a bunch of incompetent idiots who don't know what they're doing. I'm going to tell you a little story. I have, I guess, some type of problem, some PTSD when it comes to wasting not just a player, but a player who means so much to an organization. Because maybe some of you can see to my left here, there's an autographed photo of a guy. This little thing right here next to my Doom poster. Who reminds me, his whole career is reminding me of what Sandy's career is like now. That autographed photo you see behind me is of Stephen Weiss, who used to play for the Florida Panthers. And that is how old I go back. Because that's a long time ago. And we wasted his career when he fought his ass off and he played his ass off for this team every night. And it's so frustrating that I'm seeing this with Sandy Alcantara, because he deserves so much better than what we're doing right now. And I feel so bad for him, because he's been nothing but a class act and a tremendous pitcher, and we're wasting his damn career because of garbage like this, because of nights like this. This dude goes out there, gets out of a bases loaded jam to end off his night, and losing his control in the process, getting 6 guys out, and you can't do more than what you guys can't do more than go 2 for 18? You gotta be kidding me. I didn't even get to the bullpen today. I'm stuttering. I can't even talk because I'm so frustrated. The bullpen comes in and blows it. Josh Eknes comes in and he stinks. So we have a 2-1 lead in the 8th inning. Josh Eknes comes in and he blows the lead and he gets a blown save opportunity. We have a 2-1 lead and he gives it up, and then at the end of the game, in the 9th inning, Tyler Zuber comes in and it just falls apart. It falls apart. I don't even remember anymore. Yeah, it was in the top of the 9th inning. Tyler Zuber gives up the runs that resulted in us losing the game. So, what a great team, man, huh? What a great team. So shameful. So shameful. Inexcusable, disgusting, incompetent. These dudes are a disgrace. I'm sorry, man, but they are. And they're disrespectful to Sandy Alcantara, dude, because this dude is pitching his ass off, like I said, and he's done so much for this franchise, and we're doing nothing to repay him. Nothing. These guys clearly are too damn young, too damn immature, and we have a coaching staff and a manager that's way too lax and laissez-faire. Hands off, hands off, hands off. I swear to God, I'd love to take Clay McCullough's job right now. Because I'd at least light a fire under these dudes' asses. Every single one of them, except for Sandy. And maybe Eury Perez too, because he's also had a pretty damn good season, especially coming off of the injured list. Everyone else is gonna get. Everyone else is gonna be in a damn boot camp, I swear. These guys need to be in a boot camp. They gotta have a drill sergeant breathing down their necks so they could wisen up and play good baseball. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. I did not expect to go on a rant like that tonight, but with the frustration that continues to boil over, I believe that it's okay to let it out every once in a while. And I know that there's a bunch of people that feel the same way that I feel. So I'd rather be the one to voice it. I'm not afraid. I don't care. I'm not afraid. What the hell do I have to lose? What do I have to lose? If I gotta be the one to voice it, so be it. This team is terrible. Terrible right now. Horrible. In crunch time, nonetheless. The part of the season that you need to win games is the part of the season where this team falters. But yeah, I tried to be long-winded with that. Obviously I was getting, so, but you know what, man, screw it. Sometimes you just get so frustrated and so annoyed, which is pretty much what I'm feeling. I'm feeling annoyed. It's like a bad proverbial itch down your spine that you just can't reach. And it's just gnawing at you so bad and you just can't get it. It's annoying. It's frustrating. It's agonizing. But that's gonna be it, guys. That was a long one, but damn it, I think it's good to have a rant on camera every once in a while, and I'm glad to do it. So, the Marlins lose 4-2 to the Red Sox. Bullpen game tomorrow. Sandy Alcantara, I am so sorry, man. 3 consecutive losses for you. All of them were not your fault, and I am so sorry that we have done nothing for you over the course of your career. I swear to God, listen, I hate the New York Yankees, I really do, but I swear to God, if he were to get traded to the Yankees and if he were actually to win the World Series with them one day, it would be very hard for me to feel any sort of negative heavy feelings because Sandy deserves so much, dude. He deserves so much. He deserves so much, and he's a very admirable guy, very respectable guy, and one of the best pitchers that I've personally ever seen. So that's how I feel, and that's why I get the way I get sometimes, because it's so frustrating to see him go out there, have a tremendous outing, be on a roll, do his shit, and not see it paid off at the end because we have a bunch of incumbent imbeciles that are wasting space right now. They're wasting space and they're wasting opportunities. But that's it, guys. That's gonna be it. That's my rant for the day. That's my rant for the night. I'm about to go to bed. I'm tired as hell. Remember to please like, comment, share, subscribe, do all that fancy stuff. This has been Justin Perez for the Sunshine Sports Podcast. And remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Take care, everybody. And I guess go Marlins, right?